Novel Audio presents Spell Disaster by Leighann Dobbs and Traci Douglas. Read for you by Amy Rubinate. What do you think? Issy Quinn asked Brimstone, a large, pudgy-faced gray cat with hellfire orange eyes and an attitude to match. Life is idyllic with enchanted pets. I think you best get a shovel because it's piling up pretty high in here, the cat said, jumping up onto the top shelf against the wall and settling in for a nice long nap. You can do better. Not helpful, Issy sighed. She'd been working on a new catchphrase for her magical pet store all morning and wasn't making much headway. Of course, the fact that she'd just received a new shipment of guests this morning didn't help matters. At least her new batch of familiars seemed to be adjusting well to life in the small New Hampshire town of Silver Hollow. Some of them would start assisting their owners soon, and some, like Gordon, would get a very special home. She glanced over into his tropically bedecked vivarium and saw the cute little bearded dragon perched between two palm fronds. One of his front feet was raised in her direction, as if he were waving. Issy waved back and grinned. Wouldn't do to offend the special little lizard. Her instincts told her Gordon would belong to someone very important, maybe a high-level witch or warlock. Who exactly, she wasn't sure yet. But the right familiar always found their person. Smiling, she turned back to Brimstone. So, give me some suggestions, please. How about you relax and close early today? The feline stretched lazily, then squinted at her, his eyes mere slits. You should enjoy the blissful quiet after all the disruption of the murder and that hateful dark pagan Christian. I, for one, am completely taxed and need to catch up on my nap time. Well, I can't close early. Issy tossed aside her notebook and pen, then stared out the store's front windows and down the street into the nearly deserted town green. Some of us have a business to run. Business looks flat to me. Brimstone yawned, then flopped onto his side, down for the count. Issy shook her head and sighed. Oh, to be a cat. Then she glanced at the green once more. Over the past month, the Silver Hollow Visitors Board had placed several new wrought iron benches around the perimeter of the green and spiffed up the landscaping, all in hopes of bringing in more tourists and their money to the area. On one of those benches sat her latest problem, Luigi Romano. He'd been sent by the committee, a universal entity that presided over witchcraft and other magic, to keep tabs on the local paranormal population after the whole Luella Drummond debacle. The man seemed nice enough, but Issy still couldn't wait for him to leave. Weird how he always wore that black duster coat, even in the dead heat of summer. And that beard, all bushy and brown to match his wild long hair and gazillion earrings glinting from his ears. If she didn't know better, she'd say he looked as though he belonged more on the set of some sci-fi western movie than in their small, quiet New England village. She turned back to the counter and cursed under her breath. Oh, newt shizzle. Brimstone peeked open one eye. Problem? Yes. As a matter of fact, I need to do something to drum up business, but I can't think up a decent catchphrase for the store with that spy sitting out there watching every move I make. It's enough to make a witch go batty. Near her feet, Issy's adorable Pomeranian familiar, Bella, yipped, as if in agreement. Issy focused on the pup, a feeling of warmth spreading in her chest. She'd been without a familiar for a long time, and had wondered if she'd ever find one to bond with. One look at Bella with her thick orange fur and soulful brown eyes, and she'd been smitten. Now, if only she could start to communicate with her. Well, no sense in rushing things. Creating the witch-familiar bond took time. She stared at the dog, looking for some sort of telepathic communication. For a second, she thought she sensed something, a slight vibration, and the thought, tall, dark, and handsome, appeared in her head. A feeling of satisfaction flared, then worry. She sure hoped Bella wasn't communicating about Luigi. Tall and dark, yes. Handsome? Nope. Well, given the complete lack of any excitement around town these days, I'm sure Luigi will be gone soon.